Sit, turn, type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
And we are here again. And everybody that is tuning in now, oh my god, the lights are already bothering my eyes already. But Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
History of Headlocks is here in the new year.
Yeah, 2026. It's
We survived.
I was hoping for 2026 to be a year that was free of drama, but you know.
It's never that easy, huh?
Never.
But the best thing is that we are here, still going on. Nothing's going to be stopping us ever.
Yeah.
If you're new to the channel, my name is Mike, and she is Ari, and we are History and Headlocks of New York Wrestle Media. And that was very refreshing. And we are here with a special episode where we were going to do something entertaining with watching wrestling holiday videos, but unfortunately we can't do that because YouTube will give us a big X, and we do not want that. So instead, we're going to do predictions where it could be somewhat serious, somewhat funny, depending on how we interpret it. But that's what we're going to do today. And first off, Ari, how are you doing today?
I'm okay today. I'm good. You know, better than over the weekend, but
yeah,
not complaining.
Yeah. So
far, how you doing?
So far, New Year and somewhat stuff back to work after a long vacation. So
back to reality. Yeah,
unfortunately, but I think we've had conversations about it, but there's certain goals I've wanted for this year. So I don't know how you feel. Like, how do you feel about New Year's resolutions?
I try not to make them anymore, only because I used to be like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get to this. I'm going to try to achieve that. And then I just don't do it.
Either it's just out of like laziness, or
it could be a combination of like laziness or like, you know, complacency, or I start like, do I really want to do that? Like, I don't know, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Or, you know, or just one of those where it just never happens. Just life is lifing, and it's just impossible to even try to hit certain goals. But I mean, I have my goals, realistic goals that I need to do this year, and nothing outlandish, you know.
Right.
Gotta keep it realistic sometimes, or you gotta break them down throughout the year if you really want to make it like achievable. Because sometimes we as humans have a habit of jumping, you know, feet first into things, and then we end up overwhelming ourselves, and that's how we end up giving up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say it's wise for people to make fun or New Year's resolutions, or is it just?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would just be more like setting goals, more realistic goals, if you're going to set them as a resolution.
Right.
You know, because a lot of people will
start small and then aim for something bigger afterwards.
Yeah, like people who are like, I'm going to go into the gym 7 days a week. Like, no, you're not.
I would love to meet those people that have all the time in the world to do that.
Right? or I'm going to lose 100 pounds in a month. No, you're not. That's impossible. Unless you starve yourself, that's impossible. You know?
Well, I'd love to meet those people too, but those things can't exist really.
Yeah, those are goals that you have to build up to.
Yeah.
Start off, I'm going to go to the gym a few days a week and build up, every other week I build up to another extra day or another extra hour. Realistic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we are here, like the premise of the episode is predictions.
Yes.
And you were saying off mic how hard it is to predict wrestling. Would you kind of elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, it is because obviously we don't know what the creative teams are going to come up with, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are some things that are extremely predictable, like as you're watching it where it's going. But for the most part, a lot of times you could say, yeah, I could see so and so being champion this year, and then it never happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just, disappointed, or yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Also, we can't also predict people's health. Because God forbid
Right.
they get hurt, then
Yeah.
there goes your prediction for the year.
Yeah, you just never know what's gonna happen with anybody at this point. Like you said, somebody gets injured, and then any idea that we had in our heads gone.
Yeah.
And the creative will take a turn that you would never expect
Right.
to recover.
And we never know what might happen the next year. Which some of our predictions, I don't know. Well, maybe another company buys another company out. Maybe, I mean, we'll talk about it like when we come up with certain ones. But
Yeah.
I want to start off with this one, where I want to hear your thoughts on this because with recent happenings in New Japan Pro Wrestling,
Yes.
I predict Tony Khan will buy the rights and trademark and license for Bullet Club.
I can see that since it seems like Bullet Club is a thing of the past in Japan now.
Yeah, more specifically, he'd be buying it for the merchandise, and I would hope that it would be in line with Jay White's return.
Right.
Because technically there is a Bullet Club still. And this is so technically like loosely because Jay White, Juice Robinson, the Guns, and Ace Austin. Pretty much, they went from Bullet Club Gold to the Bang Bang
Club, right?
So I don't see why not. If New Japan's not going to use it,
yeah. And when you really think about how many former Bullet Club members are in AEW right now, they couldn't even. I mean, I don't want it to feel like NWO-ish, how we have all these different branches of the NWO, but like I could see, certain members saying, "Hey, wait a minute, that's our moniker, not yours." And I don't know. Well, I guess we shall see, but I can see that happening.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned like the NWO because a lot of people have compared both Bullet Club and the NWO, where I see it more as I think a lot of people others have. But Bullet Club is just a one entity thing that got multiple people over.
Right.
The NWO got one person over, and that was Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
And now with Bullet Club, it's pretty much you can insert anybody in there. I mean, it started with Finn, then AJ took over, then Kenny, then Jay. And then I think in the last couple of years, with David Finlay being in charge, it's not really been as popular as it once was. Because remember, a lot of wrestling shows had Bullet Club merch, and like people would be wearing all that stuff. Doesn't matter what wrestling show it was.
I mean, it just in the street, I would see people just walking around wearing the Bullet Club gear, just for the hell of it. It wasn't even because they were at a show. It's just they rocked it because it was cool. It really was a cool logo. And you mentioned David Finlay, since he's supposed to be a free agent this year, right? He could just be part of the package. If Tony does buy it, he may sign with AEW if he doesn't go to WWE.
I think more. You would hope, you would think that, but I think aside from one appearance, and maybe I don't think WWE or I don't think AEW is really his destination. Which on a side note too, a lot of New Japan stars are leaving the company.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was like a few names, but it turned like there's more than a couple. Like it's Finlay, it's Clark Connors, Drilla Maloney, Evil freaking leaving New Japan.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's for him, I would say WWE is more likely because his wife works for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And then Finley, I think WWE lock, and then Connors, I think he's dating Tekla or in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship with her, so he might be going to AEW. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's one of those like free agent predictions. But I think for Bullet Club, never know. It got them all over. Where if it wasn't for that first All In show, there's no All Elite Wrestling.
Correct.
Because I mean, there was nothing at the time. Like there was no number two company behind WWE at that time.
Correct. Right.
Now it is.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going with a bold one, saying Tony Khan buys Bullet Club. But also too, I had a friend tell me, not for nothing, WWE could also swoop in and buy it too.
WWE could try that. Yeah, they could try. I don't know if they would be successful enough to do it though.
I mean, if they give the right amount.
Yeah, I think Tony could. I don't know. I feel like Tony at this point could beat them on anything. And TKO is more about saving money than spending money at this point. So.
Yeah, but not even like for the chance to do merchandise, like because if you put Bullet Club merch on the WWE shop, I mean,
I don't know. I mean, then they would have to create. Like, I feel like if they're gonna have the merch, they're gonna have to create a Bullet Club in WWE. And Finn already has Judgment Day, unless he, But to have him leave one faction to do another faction when he should really be a lone wolf again at this point, I don't know. Whereas, Tony has so many names already established in AEW that are connected to Bullet Club. And you could throw those dollars right at them, especially, if you already have a relationship with New Japan.
Yeah. Which, looking into it, it seems very weird where a lot of the New Japan talent are not very receptive to AEW.
Supposedly.
Yeah, a lot of talent are not very keen on going over, or Tony Khan just not has any interest in using them.
Could be. I mean, he could be focusing on the homegrown talent,
Well, define homegrown talent when he's buying Craig, Kazuchika Okada.
Well, I mean,
and stealing them outright.
Besides them, I'm talking about people that have been in AEW since day one.
On the AEW side.
Yeah, like MJF and whatever he's attempting to do with Sammy right now.
Right.
Whereas he's repackaging himself now as a guy who's tired of losing.
But there's also one of those weird things where I don't think MJF has gone to Japan. He has not done one tour over there.
Not that I remember, no. Not even back in the day.
And you know what he's going to do with character is he's going to joke and say, I'm not going to that fucking country. But meanwhile, it's like,
be a total douche.
Why not?
Right? I think he would. I mean, yeah.
If you have a partnership with a company, would you not send your biggest star over there to try and generate something?
Yeah. I mean, I could see him eventually, maybe. Or doing something towards, closer to Forbidden Door, where he goes over. I mean, he's been to Mexico, right?
No problem going over there.
Yeah, so I mean, I could see that. I could see that happening. Maybe like closer to Forbidden Door when they start doing the show build up. He may go over there with the belt, if he still has the belt, and start some shit with somebody.
I'll go into my next prediction. I say AEW Forbidden Door will be announced for Japan this year.
For this year?
They haven't announced the location yet for it, so I'm going to say they're going to do it in... Yeah, announce it for Japan. So,
yeah. I think it's overdue.
I mean, might as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have these interpromotional special pay-per-views, then you should hit up all the nations that are represented. Like maybe they could do Mexico if they continue doing CMLL. They could go to Mexico in a couple of years,
And I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I don't know the time zone difference in Mexico. So I don't know how logistically it would work if it did pay-per-view.
I think it's 3 or 4 hours behind us. Whereas Japan, you'd have to wake up in the middle of the night just to watch that.
Right. So if they advertise the show in 2 in the afternoon, what realistically would that work? Or
yeah, I mean, if they do a 2 o'clock at 2, because listen, right? Like whenever AAA and WWE do their shows now, right? They usually air here at like what 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock around there. So I'm assuming they're probably starting at 8 o'clock in Mexico. So I would say if they do a 2 p.m. show there, it will be like a 6 p.m. show here.
No.
So it's definitely doable because it's not like it's almost like if they do a show in California.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you? Any predictions you got?
I have one, and I know a lot of people probably gonna be like, I don't believe you. It's a hot take maybe, but I don't think Jericho's going to WWE.
Really?
I don't think he's gonna end up in WWE after all. I think he's going to eventually work out something with Khan, and he's going to stay in AEW, even if it's just for an extra year or so. I noticed his Fozzy tour starts just right after the Royal Rumble, and it just for me it wouldn't make sense for him to go to a European tour for a whole month if he's going to pop up at the Rumble and make his return there and just disappear for a whole month.
Well, I mean, but let's not think about this too. In AEW, he's pretty much had the easiest schedule of his entire career, where where he could go away and there's no problem. Because when you have a bloated roster like AEW does, it's like okay, you'll realize he's gone, but it's not like you're gonna miss him every week,
right?
But when it came to his WWE schedule, it'd be at work maybe 3 months, and then be gone for a while, and then come back. That's the thing too with Jericho. He always makes his returns. I mean, it'd be like a return every year. It felt like the last couple years when he was there before he left for AEW.
Yeah, for me, it just I saw that the timing for that just seems off. Plus, he's still listed on the AEW roster. So many other people were let go, or not let go, but a lot of people were announced as leaving. He was a part of that. I don't know. I just think he might be biding his time a little longer. Maybe he's doing the money game.
Well, remember he famously said that my boss has more money than them.
Right.
But this is TKO now we're talking, which has a lot more money than they did Chris. But it's also like
right.
If you're Chris Jericho's mentality, it's you're an AEW and you can do whatever the fuck you want. You could write your own storylines. You could come up with your own character for yourself. WWE, you'd think you'd be more restricted, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, you see how it is with WWE. Everything is so polished and so by the book. Like everything, even people who are like now talking about how Punk is very corporate now, and he's not the same guy that he was a couple of years ago. Of course he's not, because they have him, we gotta polish you up, and we have to make sure that you behave, and you gotta be the good corporate guy now.
Right.
And Jericho could do that too. I mean, he's not above that, I think.
It's also, don't them two still have beef with each other? I'm not sure what's going on there. So it's like if Jericho would join or make his return, you would think Phil would not be happy about that, right? And Phil's on his best behavior. Let's remember this.
That's true. He has to be on his best behavior, because this is his last chance to do anything, and he's been a good boy, apparently. Right. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just when he did, I could just see that happening. I just feel like he'll go wherever is easier for him to go at this point. Like, especially having so much time off, because I think the last time he was on TV was like in the late spring, early summer.
Yeah, I think he's been gone since April.
Like April, right? So that's a long time. And he's just been able to chill, sit back, relax, heal up, focus on his music. And he probably wants to find a more easier route so that he can have the freedom, and he knows where that freedom is.
Yeah, but isn't that in the AEW, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what he's on
the freedom. In AEW's case, yeah, but it's also, I think, in WWE's case, I mean, can you think of how many times on one hand they just had Raw before? Mm-hmm. The amount of times every week we see, oh, Gunther will appear or CM Punk will appear. I mean,
Right.
I think it was the first time in a while since the Cena match Gunther wrestled.
Right.
So they're very lenient on who wrestles. Where it's
Yeah.
the amount
Yeah.
of SmackDown graphics for Cody will make an appearance. Well, guess what? I hope he's a WWE champion. He should be there.
Yeah.
I
Listen, don't get
mean,
me started
come
on
on.
that crap. Don't get me started on that crap. Such bullshit. But but I don't know.
But you get what I'm saying. They're very
Yeah.
lenient on who wrestles every week. I mean, your boy
Yeah.
Damien did an interview saying that he wrestled less matches this year than he did the year before.
Yeah. Very obviously. They really barely used him until he was feuding with Aleister Black. Which I can't believe they're still feuding.
Well, hopefully that's over.
I didn't.
It was so nice in theory, and then it just kept going and going and going.
Just dragged. See,
and then the wife gets involved, and you're thinking, "Oh, wait, here comes the girlfriend." And it's like, no, here comes his buddy,
his best buddy. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like I said, we really can't predict it, but I don't know. I see that happening. I noticed a couple of little things in AEW with, Big Bill and Brian Keith, where
he's no longer the bad apple. He's back to being the bounty hunter.
Right, back to being the bounty hunter. But they seem to be like a lot of not tension between them, but just tension among them because of their losses and. I don't know. I could just see that being a build up to him coming back, or they could attack him, or he could come back and as a face. Because I feel like if whatever he does, whether he goes back to AEW or he goes back to WWE or shows up anywhere else, he needs to be repackaged as a face. People are sick and tired of seeing him as a heel because when he's a heel, he gets the go away heat.
Yes.
But when for example, when he and Kenny started teaming up. Before Kenny got sick.
Right.
They were both faces, and people were very receptive to Jericho at this point.
Right.
They really liked I thought that it was a great pairing overall, seeing the two Canadian legends together.
Mm-hmm.
They worked really well together as a team. Yeah. And unfortunately, Kenny got sick, and he had to step away, and then suddenly we see him turn heel again, Jericho.
Yeah, because in his mind, it's time to put the new up-and-comer Hook over.
And it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
But for me, when I notice about Jericho's stuff in AEW, it tends to drag.
Exactly.
Because I mean, the Moxley stuff at the beginning of AEW's existence, I think was the most shortest feud he's had. No, I'll take that back. The feud he had with Adam Cole that lasted a month.
Right.
And I thought, okay, that's a dream match. Well, lasted a month. Meanwhile, he has a program with Eddie Kingston that was good at the beginning, and then it just kept dragging.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes that long-term storytelling, depending on what the characters are.
Right.
And with me, when he's a heel, he's just so obnoxious, irritable. You don't want to even look at his face. You don't want to hear his voice. You just want him off your TV.
Right.
So when you constantly see him in a feud and it's dragging and it's lagging and he's there with his bullshit, it like you said, it just feels like where's his welcome way too fast. But I feel when he's a face, it's just something. It just kind of brings you back in the day when everybody loved him. He was the face, and he was just amazing to watch work.
Yeah. Especially with his Judas entrance, that was the got him the most over in AEW.
Yeah, he should come back with the Judas entrance, and you got to come back as a face. Maybe you could have Big Bill and Brian beat the shit out of him, like, yo, you abandoned us. They could do a whole thing and that could be his face turn. I would say something similar to what New Day did to Big E, but they never really attacked him. They just verbally attacked him. Talk about you abandoned us and this. And Jericho could explain, why he left, how he felt. Like he needed to go away for a bit. I
don't know why. I just picture him like being paired with Copeland and Cage. Like the 3X WWE guys that are now together in a different company. And I wouldn't have them talk about the other company because that's stupid. There's no need for that.
But
What?
just the 3 Canadian legends.
I mean, give them the trios titles. I mean, I don't know. Do
I
something different.
I think that's a brilliant idea. You know, you put those 3 together. You know, they kind of tease a little something when Adam first got there. They had a little like face to face backstage during a backstage promo.
Yeah, I think he
Remember
said,
that?
like, Adam, I know you very well.
Right. Like, let's run that back and let's do something. They could team up. Even if it's like kind of how Christian and Adam right now, even though they look out for each other, but you still feel a little bit of a tension. Like Adam knows that Christian cannot be fully trusted, but they're working together really well. Like, I could see that happening. I can you know, I can see a lot of different things happening for him if he chooses to spend maybe one more year there, and then if he wants to move on.
I think at the end of the day,
it feels up to it.
I think it's all about the money right now for Chris.
Yeah. I mean, how old is he now? Right, like 54, 55?
I was gonna say mid 50s, but it's also like he definitely would need a reduced schedule and also don't do many singles matches with him because I mean he's very. I hate to always. It's never my place because again I'm not a trained wrestler, but a limited Chris Jericho could be the best Chris Jericho we get.
Yeah,
wherever the hell he goes.
He's 55. He just turned 55 in November.
And from recent photos, he looks in the best shape.
Oh yeah, he lost a lot of weight.
But it's also he gained that weight back. We've seen over the years him fluctuate.
You know, that Francisco and I were talking about that. I even said to him, you know, whenever he takes a break, he loses all this great weight. But once he's back on the road, once he's back on the road or you're back to normal schedule, he piles it back on. And we're like, is he because he's overeating when he's on the road? Is what's it's weird. You would think it would be the other way around, right? Like he comes back maybe kind of like how Sheamus came back a little on the chunky side, but then he shedded it real fast.
And he admitted it, like he was on the couch for a couple weeks and just didn't give a he just ate. But
but Jericho seems to be putting the work in to look good.
Right.
You know?
2 other points to make about this, I guess. If he is to return to WWE, do they let him use Judas?
They may just go back to his original break the walls down.
Because the reason why I asked this is because Matt Cardona just returned, and they teased the whole Zack Ryder thing, but then they did the Always Ready intro, but he doesn't have his song. It's a completely generic.
Right. See, now that would be a dishonor to Jericho if they gave him some generic ass Death Rebel song.
Oh no! Oh my God, no! I think like Jericho's in that power like a Randy Orton to boycott that.
You can't because if you have John Cena coming out to his theme, and Randy's had his theme for God knows how long. You can't bring somebody like Jericho, who's a damn legend in his own right with your company, and give him some generic ass shit that people are gonna be like, who is this when he comes out? No,
you can't do the classic countdown clock and then play a different song.
Right,
it would not make sense if you were to do the clock and then maybe transition to Judas. That would be a little cool,
mix,
cool thing.
Yeah, but I feel like if he's gonna be WWE, he needs his OG song, the Break the Walls Down.
Yeah.
Like it feels right. Like Judas feels right in AEW.
Right. And other point is, any chance of him popping up in TNA for a little bit?
I've seen that rumor. I don't see that.
Because there's one world title he hasn't won yet.
Yeah, I mean, unless I could see him doing that after he comes back to WWE.
Right.
But I can't. Because some people saying, "Oh, he could make a pit stop TNA before he go." No, I don't think he'd do that. I think he would have his big return in the big league first, and then he might dabble like pop up on an episode of NXT or something. Which actually, no, I can't see him even popping up on NXT.
I mean, well, they've had Cody, Punk, and Undertaker pop up on NXT, but that's always usually when Dynamite's running a Tuesday.
Exactly. It's when they need that ratings bump.
So you know damn well if Jericho comes back, if Dynamite runs on a Tuesday, they're going to put that asshole.
They would.
I'm saying that because I'm not the biggest Jericho fan, but I can at least respect whatever they do. Because it's always I have a love for the old Jericho, where it's from when it came in '99 to
Hmm.
2005, and then
Yeah.
I like the heel stuff. But now in the recent years, it's got, like you said, it's repetitive stuff. Some stuff
Yeah, the whole
doesn't work
worshiping
with me.
him.
The learning tree I never liked.
That was just such a weird. Like, I don't know. It was so. Who came? Like, why?
It was his idea, but it's definitely like he knew it sucked. But you know what? It's like he just liked the reaction he was getting,
I
so it's like, let me keep doing it.
I like the only time I actually started to like it is when he started being a little unhinged about it. When he'd be like,
Mm,
"Hi guys,"
like he
that was
started to lose it a
cool,
little bit.
right? Because at first it was like, okay, it's like some fake ass Mister Rogers neighborhood shit, but then he started acting real, like you say, he was losing it. He was getting a little evil with it. That was cool,
Right.
you know. I guess it was kind of like almost kind of like when Bray Wyatt had the what you call it, the what was it, the fun house, the clubhouse, I forgot what it was
The
called.
Firefly Funhouse.
The fire, yeah, like you see him here acting like Mr. Rogers, but you know there was something way more behind that, right?
Right.
So that was kind of cool when he started getting unhinged, but then it kind of just fizzled out again, you know. And I think one of the things that affected that too was Samoa Joe had to go film the movie, the series that he's on Peacock. He had to take a break.
Right.
When they put him through the wall, he disappeared, and it kind of just went nowhere after that.
Yeah. Yeah, but now, again, it's gonna be very interesting what Jericho does, because it's gonna be all about the money at the end. But I misspelled this, but next one I predict, I definitely believe John Cena will be the headliner for this year's Hall of Fame.
I hope so.
Because I mean, right now it's what, Stephanie McMahon, and I don't want to hear a 30-minute speech. We're probably gonna get 20, but I don't want to see her as the main eventer.
Yeah, I mean, this is a time where they're going to start making these announcements, right? Because WrestleMania is right around the corner.
Right.
April will be here in no time. So
they made this announcement for Stephanie back in September.
A long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, weird Undertaker. Like, remember when I wanted to marry you? Well, guess what? You're gonna be going to the Hall of Fame. Like, great, cool.
All right, yeah, not creepy. No, not at all.
Cool.
But yeah, I think he will be the headliner. You know, that's the best way to top off, or at least make up for that fiasco of a retirement match. give him that headliner. Give him his flowers correctly this time.
I will say though, if for some weird reason he's not the headliner, and they didn't have it for this year,
yeah,
how about Batista?
It's long overdue.
Right, because I mean, he was supposed to go in pre-pandemic, like they had it announced already. I think it was him and the NWO announced for the same year too.
Mm-hmm.
And Batista was going to be the headliner, which, when you look at the career of Batista, he definitely deserves it. And I think he said in interviews he's waiting for the right moment. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I would say go in this year before they do next year, because we know his feelings on Saudi Arabia that he won't do it.
Right.
But I mean, everybody has said that and then taken a check.
Correct.
But I mean, it's either or. I think it's Cena or Batista. But I think this year's Hall of Fame. Oh, also, I was thinking last year's Hall of Fame wasn't that big. They only had like Triple H, Michelle, Lex, and there was a team, the Natural Disasters.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did the Austin Brett match for the first time. And
right.
I don't know they're gonna do it again this year, but
yeah, I mean, it looks like it's a new category, so maybe.
Right.
I mean, they have plenty of matches to choose from.
Also, there's a lot of people still to pick from to put in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's true. There's so many that people want to see and hope, but we still will China be ever inducted? Everybody is always wondering about China. Victoria, I would love to see her finally get inducted. You gave her a Legends contract, right, last year? earlier in the year.
They were giving them up like candy last year.
Yeah, like, hey, you're gonna give her the Legends contract, give her Hall of Fame spot. It's about time.
But then the question is, who would accept on her behalf? I don't know what her relationship is with her mother, but
Victoria.
Oh no! Victoria. I mean, I thought I was in the sense of China.
Oh, China. Yeah, they would probably have to bring somebody. Maybe her sister.
Maybe.
She has a sister.
But Victoria is probably a safe bet, honestly.
Oh yeah.
But I think,
God. Yeah, it's about time.
See, the thing is, too, is with WWE's logic, they don't want to put two women at the same time, so it's like Steffi for this year, and then probably Victoria next year.
It's fucking bullshit. Just do it. Like, it's like, are you kidding? You're gonna have too many women in 1 year. Fuck off. WWE just does nothing for me these days. They can go fuck off.
Speaking of WWE things, I think this is the year they finally break the Street Profits up.
Hey, don't know what.
And my nephew agrees.
I don't know what's taking so long.
I mean, I haven't seen them since Clash in Paris. Maybe they did a couple SmackDowns afterwards, but then nothing. I don't think one of them's hurt.
Yeah, I mean, overall with the tag division, they're just shitting all over it. But yeah, I could see them. Maybe when Bianca comes back, they'll bite the bullet with that.
Hopefully, she comes back.
Hopefully, I know she's having a lot of issues with her hand, unfortunately. So if let's say she does come back for Mania season or post Mania, they could do that. Maybe they could have her and Montez do something together as a heel couple.
That would be interesting because I think we know what Bianca can do as a heel. We've seen it. Right. It's Montez that is the one that is always pegged to be the biggest star, or
right?
The one that gets the biggest push. But there's a man named Javon Evans right now that they're very high on, and he's a very younger dude than Montez. So it's kind of like,
right? Yeah, but he's on Raw though, no?
Right, but I'm saying too, like with the Street Profits, I wouldn't say have them break up. I think just like mutual split. I mean, like if you do a draft or like a transfer window, one of them switches the show.
Yeah, I mean they would probably switch Javon.
Well, no, I mean you'd switch Montez and Angelo.
I mean, yeah, Angelo. I'm bugging. That's what I mean. Right. But I can't. I could see.
If Bianca is picked to stay on SmackDown, Montez would have to stay with her. Because they keep couples together.
That. They need that.
Right.
SmackDown really needs names. They don't have names, and if you're gonna make Montez a name, keep him on SmackDown.
I mean, I'll say right now, they're kind of getting kicked in the ass right now. They should have done this months ago, but it's Cardona, Grace, Trick. If you bring Montez back and he has a new attitude, I mean, he always has the nickname King Tez. If you have him build up wins and have him win the King of the Ring, you know what? Great. Something for King Montez Ford.
King Tez, absolutely.
And Angelo Dawkins, I mean, it would be pretty much sink or swim, but he has improved since his NXT days. It's just one of those things where put him on his own and see what happens. And just that fear is then they pair him with another person. It's like, oh, now we have a new Street Profits.
Yeah, and he, they got to, and he's the one that really needs to be repackaged.
Angelo.
He needs to be repackaged because I feel like he has such a very generic look, whereas Montez just stands out. Like he has his own style. He stands out. But then you see this guy, and he just looks like, I don't know. It's like they don't really he doesn't put a lot of effort in his gear look and his presentation. He reminds me of D'Lo Brown, really.
Wow.
He kind of just, and D'Lo was great. Yeah. He made it work. So he needs to tap into something where if he's going to stay with that very generic look, he needs to tap into something with his personality and bring it. Because if not, he's just going to be another wrestler in the WWE oblivion.
Right.
And there's so many of them now.
I mean,
yeah.
But it's just like one of those things where I've seen a lot of people complain, or not complain, but point out that the tag division has really not been.
Horrible.
I mean, it kind of sucks to see where the guns are right now. They're not being used. And I just saw a thing that they're going to be on the AAA show this weekend.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
saw.
it's good, but it's like
Right, and then I think
3 hours,
I
no
saw
time for them.
I saw Fightful's post about that, and everybody in the comments were like, "Really? Like, they should have just went to AEW." Everybody was like, they wasted their time. WWE doesn't know what they're doing with them. They should have went to AEW.
Right. And they were there for a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, they made their appearances, but they went to where their dream was, and unfortunately, we had their little tag title run, but it lasted way too short, in my opinion. Like,
Right.
you gave them the belts literally within a couple of weeks of them debuting, and then they lost them just as fast, practically. And then after that, you just throw them into these multi-tag matches for the hell of it without any direction for them.
Not even a spot on last year's WrestleMania card, what they should have had.
They at least once before they finally call it quits.
Yeah. But it's also, I don't want to speculate, but I hope that they're not the type of guys like a Jeff Cobb that's there just for a check. Because JC Mateo is not lighting the world on fire.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to talk about too as a prediction.
Yeah. Enough of this MFT bullshit.
It's more like WWE may be doing cuts again this year.
Yeah.
And I think some of these folks that they signed probably with bigger contracts may get the cut. Like, I can see Cobb getting cut. I can see Ray Fenix, believe it or not, getting cut. I can, because they don't do anything with the guy. Did he just lose a match?
Well, he just put over Trick, so
yeah,
which is one of those things. Like, I question why does it have to be him? But I guess they want Trick to look good, but they still haven't done the Penta Phoenix stuff yet. So I'm still holding out hope.
Yeah, I mean, Penta made an appearance recently, so it looks like he's back from that little injury he had, because he did say it wasn't going to be a long break. He was going to be back very soon, and he popped up. So I'm assuming he's ready to go, and yet. It's like they just tossed it out the window, that idea.
I will piggyback off what you said, but I think AEW is probably the one place that's going to do cuts again. Because, I mean, last year they cut Ricky Saints and Ricky Starks, and then he became Ricky Saints. And it was not even like 2 days later he showed up on NXT.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of those cuts that they did last year were more like, you don't want to be here anymore, so we'll just let you go.
We're not doing anything with you.
Your contract's up. Bye. But in terms of, I mean, yeah, I could see them doing maybe some releases with some of the more behind the scenes, like people you may see in Ring of Honor.
Yeah. I think I've told you, but I'll just read them off here. But pretty much, I think like somehow Butcher and the Blade are still on this company.
Apparently, the Blade was injured for a long time.
Yeah,
I was watching something and they were talking about how he was injured for almost 2 years.
I think,
and that's why they probably held on to them.
But
he's almost ready to come back. I mean, if they want to, I mean, they could put them in they're a great tag team together. Put them in the tag division.
Yeah, I mean, the tag division AW needs bodies too.
Yeah, or throw somebody else in with them and make a trios.
Maybe. I don't know. But I think we talked about these two before, off screen, of course, about what their future holds. But Private Party.
Yeah, they haven't been around over a year.
I don't know if it's either. I think AEW's probably gonna cut them. TNA or NXT maybe for them too.
Maybe, yeah, I can see that. But wasn't there like some pictures of
Mark
Quinn looking huge? Was that real or was that AI?
I have no idea. I mean, you commented too. It's like, get the fuck out.
Like, it looked like AI. Like, how did he get so big? Like, was he juicing up every fucking hour?
I don't know.
Because he was not a big guy at all.
Speaking of big,
seen him close up in HOG. He's a small dude.
Speaking of big guys, I mean, Brian Cage, maybe a guy they just cut the losses on.
But didn't he just have a second surgery?
Yeah, but the thing is too is like he's injury prone. So why would you keep? And also, can we not to point out on Wednesday we got the third replacement, Jake Doyle, for Callis
Yeah.
family.
We've seen Jake something work. He's a freaking powerhouse and a half. And he does more than just be a big man in the ring. Like we've seen him do some crazy shit.
And he's reliable. I don't think he's. I can't count how many injuries he's had over the
As
years.
far as I know, I've never seen him get injured.
Which, by the way, I don't know how I feel about Doyle. I mean, Jake something definitely needed a new name, but I don't know about the Doyle.
I guess that's his real name, his actual government.
Yes. That's also true. Like I never would have pegged him for AEW. I would have thought TNA or Indies.
Yeah, me too. And then when he popped up, I can't lie, I popped big time when he popped up on the screen. I was like, oh yes.
Yeah. And then when I paired with Mark Davis, I was like, oh.
You have to admit though, their look is very compatible.
They made listen. Just because you have a beard and you wear a black tank top that looks similar, doesn't make you brothers.
No, but I think Mark Davis needs a little something because after Kyle started, Kyle started his solo career. Mark definitely got pushed back into the because he was injured so much. He got injured like back to back, and hopefully, if he stays healthy too, maybe he just needs that another. He might need to be in a tag team. He's probably one of those guys that can't. He's just not gonna get over on his own.
Yeah, so I think for me, Brian Cage, it'd just be another thing. Like I like him a lot. Where I would want to see him just do at least a couple, maybe a year and a half in WWE because I think WWE would utilize him. I think, but it's also when I think of another guy, Buddy Matthews, currently hurt, but I think. I don't picture him in AEW right now. I don't know where you would put him.
I'm almost scared that he's never going to be able to come back because he's got nerve damage in his ankle. Yeah, we know with nerve damage, especially in your feet, you're fucked. Right. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to end up having to end his career way early, all because he stepped down on his foot wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Like when he made that announcement, I said, "Ooh, that's not good." Because if you can't feel your foot, you can't wrestle.
And I'm gonna go on. I would say on a limb with this one, but I feel now it's like you can cut him and not really lose anything. But Keith Lee, now I hope health wise he is better, but I don't think if he does ever come back, I don't see him being placed back in the AEW. If he were to come back into wrestling, WWE would definitely want to snatch him back up.
Yeah, I can see him just retiring. To be honest, maybe he'll get a job as a backstage guy somewhere.
Like a Robert Roode producer.
Yeah, like a Bobby Roode type of thing. Because it's like, he comes back. He's another one. Like he keeps getting in. There's something, and I think didn't he have actual health issues beyond injuries as well?
Yeah, it was a corona. He had corona, and his breathing was very.
It fucked him up. Yeah,
I don't want to say he has the same thing that Bray did, but I would expect that it's sort of similar. If you think if he's been out this long.
Yeah, there's something up. I mean, he says, yeah, there's something up, and if he ever continues to be in the wrestling capacity in the pro wrestling business, it'll have to be backstage.
Wow.
Because it's not working for him in the ring, and yeah, he's a talented man. It's just a lot of these big dudes like Brian Cage probably gets injured so much because he's carrying so much muscle. His body probably can't handle all that muscle, especially when he's trying to do these spots where he's,
He used to do 619s. Now he physically can't. Or if he could do it, if he could pull it out once in a while, it's like okay, cool. But physically, but once injuries pop up, it's like your body's is telling you slow down. You can't do this anymore.
Right, or you gotta either slow down in the gym or slow down in the ring.
Right.
I think he needs to slow down in the gym. I think he's way too big. Every time I see him pop up, he's huge.
I mean, shit. If he wants to compete for Mr. Olympia, go for it.
I'm saying if you're gonna do that for competition, cool. But if you're just doing it because it looks cool, yeah, you look awesome. But if it's affecting your actual bread and butter,
yeah. I mean, can we also? I have a big question mark on this dude's head, but. Mm-hmm. I think he does it himself, but Wardlow, I have no
I don't know what the hell is going on with wardrobe. He wardrobe, Wardlow. Like he just feels so like he's like a delicate flower. He's made of glass.
He was pegged for something great a couple years ago. He was getting like a Goldberg treatment, but then
it feels like every time he comes back from an injury, is like they have a plan for him, and then he doesn't.
yeah, he came back after Bandor, and then it was like that same week. Oh, he's out.
And we're like, how? But how did he
out? I just saw him Saturday.
Like he didn't even wrestle. He just threw around a couple of guys, and
he was going to be in the main, and he was going to be in the main event of the next show, the one that Kyle Fletcher main event. It was supposed to be Wardlow.
Yeah, but hey, his loss is someone else's gain, and Kyle Fletcher right now is on fucking fire.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. I want to bring this up with you, but we'll do it here. But Powerhouse Hobbs getting interested from WWE.
I saw that, but I don't know. Is his contract up soon?
I have no idea, but I'm not surprised at this at all.
And I'm like, what are you gonna do with him? Throw him in NXT like you do with everybody else, and let them rock there for a bit?
Well, it's also like this is not to be like, kind of be like racist, but it's like anything wrong with Obafemi? Like, why you have to bring Hobbs in?
Yeah, it's like you have somebody right there in Oba that is going to be a major star if you play the cards right and don't fuck it up.
Right. Like,
Focus on what you have.
Yeah, I mean, not for that you recruit college athletes like seemingly every week, and a lot of these. And let's be real here too. With the female ones, there's a reason why they're signing them because of assets, but that's none of my business. I shouldn't complain, but. They're obviously looking for new people to groom, not experienced guys that can just change. But
right, but like I don't know, Hobbs right now. I think Hobbs is in a good place right now in AEW. He's on TV every week.
He's in the best spot possible.
Right, he's alongside Samoa freaking Joe, and you know, eventually Joe's gonna be saying goodbye as well. We know this. He's already made that clear that he's gonna retire in the near, sooner rather than later, and.
He should retire with AEW. I think they'll just go out with AEW. WWE did him so dirty. Don't even tease that nonsense.
AEW has given him so much in the last couple of years. Just
2 world title reigns that he should have had.
The Ring of Honor title, the freaking trios belt. They give him so much respect and the freedom to do whatever he needed to do with his other endeavors as well. So yeah, he ain't going. Once he's done, and AEW will probably give him such a great retirement match.
But before we head out here, I want to give one final one. Unless you have one you want to bring up.
No, I think we covered it. From
this one, I'll explain when you see it. But MLW TNA merger partnership thingy, where I check MLW out and I see some of this wrestlers where it's like Cruel, like Baron Corbin, Donovan Dijak, Matt Riddle, Shotzi, Priscilla Kelly, and I say, why not bring them to TNA, or at least tease like an invasion type thing? Because when you think of those types of people, they fit in TNA.
I feel like that could happen if TNA and WWE are no longer working together. Because we know that MLW has history there with the lawsuits and you know what I mean? And I just...
Well, it's not WWE's business what TNA does. I mean, TNA has their own... They got the TV rights.
Yeah, but who got them the TV rights? WWE. They already said that they helped get them those rights. So WWE has a lot invested in TNA, and I can't see TNA rocking the boat with WWE by trying to work with a company that tried to sue them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but like if at any point TNA decides to no longer work with WWE, I could see that definitely working because MLW needs, MLW has great roster that we can see in other places as well. But sometimes their shows are just so. I've attended several of them whenever they come to Queens, whenever they're in Astoria, and it's like just a weird vibe to their shows.
Yeah.
There's something weird about their shows. Like it's almost like 2 shows in one, where you have the regular MLW show and then you have like the Mexican guy, I forgot his name. and the
Mystico?
Puerto Rican, no, the older guy that's trying to do like
the guy from Lucha Underground you're talking about?
yeah, him, and they're doing like it's almost like two completely different shows going on at once. It's like
Yeah, that was
like
a weird period in MLW when during the pandemic. They're like, oh, let's bring back Lucha Underground.
And then they're still doing it, and now you know, what's her face is supposed to be his daughter, even though she's Puerto Rican and he's Mexican, and then she was pregnant.
Is it the age difference?
What the hell is going on? It just would feel trippy because I'm like, it's almost like, okay, we're taking a break from the usual MLW show to bring this crazy novela of wrestling into. It just felt very disjointed. Like there's no organization within their actual TV shows or their actual live shows.
Right.
I mean, they usually come off a little more produced once they were on TV. Months later,
yeah,
like 4 or 5 months later, they air the show that you attend. You're like, wow, you are really behind. Damn.
Yeah, but again, it's just I just look at the like certain wrestlers that are on MLW, especially with the women, like Shotzi, Priscilla Kelly, like those women. TNA would be perfect for them. I mean, and then like Dijak and Corbin, Matt Riddle. I mean, Matt Riddle would seem perfect in TNA. I would just want to see like maybe not like I just phrase it because those are the MLW stars,
right?
That are being pushed like as the faces of the company.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, I just want to see more of them on another platform.
I agree.
Where it makes sense, and I know people are gonna say, "Oh, it's just another ex-WWE guys going to TNA," but it's like, you know what? Who fucking cares? Because at this point, it's
they gotta work.
You gotta work somewhere.
Just because they're ex-WWE doesn't mean they can't work somewhere. I mean, they need to work. They're no longer in WWE for a reason. They still have to make their money.
And it's also too. It's like TNA has a way of making deals with people. There are people that work in TNA who will work show to show.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them don't. They don't have deals,
right?
And they will want to work a show for a show for a show.
Right.
That's how bookings work.
Exactly.
And unless they have people under contract, like a Santana or who did Indy Hartwell, like examples of that. Mm-hmm. Now, do I think WWE will snatch some of those people up? You're damn right. You're damn right. I think they're gonna snatch people up.
They might.
Moose might be eligible, and controversial one, Tessa Blanchard. Don't be surprised if she pops up in NXT in the future.
Yeah, I could see that, and I don't know how that would. Since you know WWE doesn't really care about that kind of shit, since look who they associate with outside of you know.
Right. Well, I mean, she's asked for forgiveness, so how many times now? But I think I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty much us spitballing a lot of predictions for the year of wrestling. We weren't gonna do. I knew full well that we were not gonna come on here and say, oh, like Logan Paul is gonna win the Money in the Bank briefcase, or like this is gonna be the main event of WrestleMania. Because again, God only knows what happens in the next couple months.
Yeah. Plus, everybody else does that anyway. So.
Yeah, but I think these ones here that we rattled off. I think.
Yeah.
Good topic discussions for people that are watching.
Yeah.
Post in the comments. See what. Let us know what you think. But
yeah, it's too hard to predict those kinds of things because things like you said earlier, like people get hurt, or even the creative team may just say, we're done with this guy. Let's scrap this idea. We don't want to push this guy anymore, and we want to focus on this loser instead.
Yeah.
Let's focus on this old guy instead. The young dudes.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Next episode, I believe we're gonna do the highly anticipated John Cena retrospective episode. Maybe not.
Hello?
You there?
Hello? Yeah, I'm here. That was weird.
Yeah.
I lost you, then I lost myself.
Of course, at the moment where I mentioned John Cena retrospective, I think we are going to do that next time. And that
next time.
More than likely will be a two-parter, so there's a lot to talk about with John Cena.
That's a long career to talk about. Yep.
Yeah. So on that note, please everybody comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, and you can listen to us on audio platforms on all podcasting apps. So until then, Class is dismissed, and we have something special.
Sit, turn, type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.